Hello students, today we are going to discuss about the transcription. In the previous video I told about the definition of transcription and also I explained the structure of transcriptional unit. Now let us move to the next topic. So at the beginning we will discuss about the prokaryotic transcription. According to the definition, transcription is nothing but the process of copying of genetic information of one parental DNA strand to RNA, or the process of synthesis of any type of RNA according to the information present on DNA is known as transcription. Now let us see the mechanism of transcription in prokaryotic cell. See, the definition says that prokaryotic transcription, it means that there are some differences in the mechanism of transcription in prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Let me explain the prokaryotic transcription at the beginning. Just remember, in prokaryotes, even in eukaryotes, the enzyme responsible for the transcription is commonly known as DNA-dependent RNA polymerase enzyme. In case of prokaryotes, single type of RNA polymerase enzyme is involved in the synthesis of all types of RNA. All types in the sense tRNA, mRNA as well as rRNA. So all these types of RNA are produced by the same type of DNA dependent RNA polymerase enzyme. Now let me explain the mechanism involved in the prokaryotic transcription. First I will explain it with the diagram, then I will give you the important points regarding this mechanism. See here, this is the double-stranded DNA molecule. Actually this is a short segment of DNA molecule, so we can call it as transcriptional unit because it has the information for the synthesis of a specific type of RNA molecule. As we all know, the DNA is double-stranded. You can see the one strand is running in 3' to 5' direction. The another strand is running in 5' to 3' direction. So the strands are anti-parallel. And the two DNA strands are paired together due to the presence of hydrogen bonds. Now, the transcriptional unit has three important structural components. First one is a promoter, and at the end there is a terminator. In between, structural gene. Here you can see the promoter and the double helix is also labeled. The entire DNA, that is a double helix, and at the beginning there is a promoter. Beginning in the sense towards the upstream end there is a promoter. Among these two DNA strands, the parental DNA strand with the polarity 3' to 5' acts as a template. The another parental DNA strand with the polarity 5' to 3' is known as coding strand. Coding strand means that is not involved in the transcription, but the template strand directs the synthesis of RNA. So that acts as a master DNA strand. Now, the promoter is recognized by the enzyme called as DNA-dependent RNA polymerase enzyme. So this is the first step in the prokaryotic transcription, and this step is called as initiation. So during initiation, the DNA-dependent RNA polymerase enzyme binds to the promoter. Specifically in case of prokaryotes, the RNA polymerase enzyme binds to the promoter by the help of a factor called as sigma factor. So sigma factor is the component of the RNA polymerase enzyme, and the sigma factor helps to recognize the promoter so that the RNA polymerase enzyme binds to the promoter. After binding to the promoter, the RNA polymerase enzyme starts to break the hydrogen bonds present between the strands. It is just like the functioning of helicase enzyme during the DNA replication that breaks the hydrogen bonds and separate the strands. Here, that function is carried out by the RNA polymerase enzyme. Here you can see the movement of RNA polymerase enzyme. As the RNA polymerase enzyme moves through the DNA molecule, it will break the hydrogen bonds, and that leads to the formation of a bubble-like structure. That means the region where there is no presence of base pairing, or where there is a breakdown of hydrogen bonds, that leads to the formation of a bubble-like structure. So that is called as transcriptional bubble. So the length of that transcriptional bubble is for about 17 base pairs. So now the RNA polymerase enzyme, it will break the hydrogen bonds between the strands so that it will separate the strands, and it moves towards the downstream end. But during this process, simultaneously, the RNA polymerase enzyme reads the information present on the template strand. Reads the information means it will read the sequence of nucleotides found in the template strand, and that causes the synthesis of RNA molecule complementarily to the template DNA strand. Complementarily, complementary means if the parental DNA strand consists of a nucleotide, that is deoxyadenylate acid, the complementary nucleotide is thymidylate acid actually. But here there is a synthesis of RNA, so there is no joining of deoxythymidylate acid here. Instead of deoxythymidylate acid, there will be the joining of uridylic acid. If the DNA strand consists of T thymidylate acid, the complementary nucleotide here is adenylic acid, because T complementary to A. If the parental DNA strand consists deoxyguanylic acid, the RNA strand will contain cytidylic acid, because G is complementary to C. If the parental DNA strand consists of deoxycytidylic acid, then the RNA molecule will contain instead of deoxyguanylic acid, the RNA molecule consists guanylic acid, because DNA consists deoxyribose but the RNA consists ribose sugar. So like this, complementarily to the parental DNA strand, there will be the joining of RNA nucleotides, and that leads to the formation of RNA molecule. Now the process continues, but when the RNA polymerase enzyme reaches the terminator, the last step takes place. So till here, after the initiation of the process, the next continuation process is called as chain elongation. But when the RNA polymerase enzyme reaches the terminator will be recognized by the Rho factor found in the RNA polymerase enzyme. So the RNA polymerase enzyme consists two factors: sigma factor that recognizes the promoter, and the Rho factor recognizes the terminator. So when the terminator is reached, the Rho factor of RNA polymerase enzyme recognizes the terminator, and that causes the dissociation of RNA polymerase enzyme from the DNA molecule. So that enzyme will be removed from the DNA molecule, and the separated DNA strands will rejoin again, and this also causes the releasing of RNA molecule. So the termination process takes place. Here you can see the separated DNA molecule, separated enzyme, as well as the separated or the produced RNA molecule. So like this, the prokaryotic transcription takes place, and such a resulted RNA molecule is, it may be either rRNA or mRNA or tRNA, that is depending on the information present in the prokaryotic gene or the transcriptional unit. So this is regarding the prokaryotic transcription. Let me give the important points regarding this particular topic. See here the diagrammatic representation of prokaryotic transcription, and three steps are easily visible here, mentioned here: initiation, elongation, as well as the termination. So you need to draw this diagram first, and then you should write the points. The process of copying of genetic information from one strand of DNA into RNA is termed as transcription. the prokaryotic transcription takes place in the cytoplasm. Since there is no nucleus, since there is a presence of DNA in the cytoplasm of prokaryotic cell, the transcription should occur in the cytoplasm itself. In prokaryotes, single type of RNA polymerase enzyme is involved in the synthesis of all types of RNA. And let us see the steps in all. The first one is the initiation, during which the RNA polymerase enzyme recognizes and binds to the promoter by the help of sigma factor. RNA polymerase enzyme breaks the hydrogen bonds present between the strands and separates them. So here the RNA polymerase enzyme breaks the hydrogen bonds present between the strands and causes the separation of the parental strands. And now the elongation, during which the RNA polymerase enzyme joins or links the RNA nucleotides complementary to the template strand or antisense strand. And now it is followed by, it uses the nucleoside triphosphates, nothing but nucleotides triphosphates as the substrate. During the transcription, only one parental DNA strand, that is called as template strand or antisense strand, is involved in the synthesis of RNA molecules. The next last step in the prokaryotic transcription, that is termination. So during which the rho factor of RNA polymerase enzyme helps the enzyme to recognize the terminator. When the RNA polymerase enzyme reaches the terminator, the dissociation of enzymes takes place. It results in the releasing of synthesized RNA molecule. So here one of the very important points regarding the prokaryotic transcription. So this point mainly differentiates the prokaryotic transcription and the eukaryotic transcription, because even in the eukaryotic cells the general steps are exactly similar to the prokaryotic cells. So in bacteria, that means in the prokaryotic cells, since the mRNA does not require any processing to become active, that means the mRNA is directly produced as a functional molecule, and also since transcription and translation takes place in the same compartment, that means in case of prokaryotic cells, the transcription as well as translation takes place in the cytoplasm itself. So there is no separation of cytosol and nucleus in the bacteria, and many times the translation can begin much before the mRNA is fully transcribed. That means in case of prokaryotic cells, as the transcription continues, before the termination of transcription itself, the translation can begin. So that's why here there is a occurrence of both the transcription as well as translation simultaneously. So consequently the transcription and translation can be coupled in bacteria. So this is called as coupling reaction. So both the transcription as well as translation takes place simultaneously in prokaryotic cells. So this is regarding the prokaryotic transcription, the steps involved in the transcription in prokaryotic cells. The diagram is very, very important as well as the explanation. So by this I will stop this chapter here. The remaining topics will be covered in the next video. Thank you.